So hello everyone. First of all, I want to say thank you to everybody who has recently subscribed to me. I was noticing I was getting quite a few subscriptions in, and honestly people don't subscribe to me that often. I don't really make much of an effort to gain subscribers. But I couldn't understand why these people were showing up, and then I saw that Kellyanne, the Four Queens, had recently mentioned me in one of her videos, and I'm very grateful for that. Her words made me feel like, oh my gosh, now I have to live up to being this person that she sees me as. But anyway, so I wanted to say thank you to Kellyanne, and thank you to everyone who has subscribed to me. I still only make videos sporadically. In the coming year, I'd like to be a little bit more thoughtful about the way I make them. Most of them are just pretty much, this is what I'm doing today, maybe what I'm thinking about sharing, and that sort of thing. For a while, some of my older videos way back, I sometimes do very, very short, kind of creative ones, but I haven't been doing that so much. So welcome. A little bit later, at the end of the video, I'm going to give a little tour of my Christmas tree and I have a couple of prints that are going to be in a show in January, and I'll show you those. And right now, I wanted to, first of all, say I hope everybody had a great holiday. We had a really nice time with our family, and my son is still here. He's going to be going back down to school in a couple of days. We got him a car the other day, which is like, oh, I don't know, makes me nervous as mom. But I've been continuing to just do my own work on myself. I was really glad to, and now I'm trying to think about where I am, where I was, what I was talking about. I was just talking about working on myself. I'm doing a lot of work with a coach and with an herbalist, and I'm doing more dream work. I'm doing some dream incubation, which I just started it, so no insights just yet. But I've been listening to a lot of Clarissa Pinkola Estes. I got, after I read Women Who Run with the Wolves, I had gotten the Seeing in the Dark, and then I've gotten on this kick of, she has a series called The Dangerous Old Woman. And I have The Power of the Crone and The Late Bloomer, and I've listened to all of those. And then How to Love a Woman, which is like, it was like really fantastic on intimacy and the erotic life of women. If I'm ever in a relationship again with a man, he's going to have to listen to that with me, as well as read some of her books. So anyway, I've been reading this book called Untie the Strong Woman, and it's a lot about the place of the Holy Mother, Mary the Great Mother. I mean, she's personified in Blessed Virgin Mary, but she takes many forms. Even as a Blessed Virgin Mary, she takes many forms. Our Lady of Guadalupe and Our Lady of Częstochowa, and many different ones. And so it's kind of about the mother archetype in a way, but more about how we relate to her. I'll just read a little bit from the back. It says, Holy Mother is compassion personified. She is joy-centric and sorrow-mending. She appears to all, like the sun shines on all. She appears to the wavering, the ragged, the wandering, the addicted, the heartbroken, the grieving, the tightrope walker, the leaper of chasms, the crosser of deserts, the heartfelt, the soulful, the child spirit. She appears to all who have eyes to see, ears to hear, spirits to sense, hearts to love. She is La Luchadora, our tag team wrestler. Luchadora, sorry, our tag team wrestler. She is the fierce revolutionary who carries infinitely tender love. Thereby she is ours and we are hers. We belong to her. She belongs to us entirely. And it's really interesting to read this because my father who was a very devout Catholic, and rigidly so, unfortunately for me, or it was problematic to our relationship. But anyway, he was very much devoted to the Blessed Mother. And so now, after leaving the Catholic Church, for many, many years, coming back around to this concept of the Blessed Mother, and she was talking in the book about novenas. There is a prayer, and I knew what it was before I read what she was saying. It was called the Memorare, and I remember my parents used to say it at the end of the Rosary. And I'm going to see if I can find it here, because it's like, oh, I know that prayer, which was like really very interesting. Let's see if I can find it. It says, okay, the Memorare, "Remember, O most gracious Virgin Mary, that never was it known that anyone who fled to thy protection, implored thy help, or sought thy intercession was left unaided. Inspired with this confidence, I fly to thee, O Virgin of Virgins, my mother. To thee do I come, before thee I stand, sinful and sorrowful. O Mother of the world incarnate, despise not my petitions, but in thy mercy hear and answer me. Amen." And she kind of goes on to explain the prayer in broader terms, and actually even explain, some of the Latin too. And even sin, I grew up with a lot of I'm a sinner, but really what that means is just an imperfect human. It's not really anything more than that. It's just an acknowledgement that we all struggle. And so, the whole idea is that there is this how do I describe it? It is this archetype. It is this place in my psyche, in my psyche, outside my psyche, that is this mother to come to. And my own mother, bless her heart, was just never somebody that I could really come to, that I was that close with, that had the emotional maturity to deal with me in that way. And so right now in my life, with the struggles that I am currently going through and navigating, I thought, why not? Why not go to the Great Mother? So there's also the idea of a novena, and I never realized that a novena, whether it's 9 days, 9 weeks, whatever, it has to do with the 9 months that Mary carried Jesus. And I never even thought of that before. So I thought, I'm going to do some dream incubation, working with 9 days of when I go to bed at night, praying or whatever, intentioning towards the Great Mother to, through my dreams, help me to understand the choices I need to make, to guide, to give me some guidance, things to look for. And I just started. And the first night I had more dreams. The second night, not so much. So, and I also anticipate that, as my herbalist said today, that the divine has their own timeline. And it might not be that during the 9 days I get an answer. At the end of 9 days I get an answer. It could be a couple months down the road, but it's laying the foundation or sowing the seed. So it's an interesting thing to work with. And any of these things, I find, if you are doing something, it helps, because it is a sense of empowerment and autonomy. Yes, this I can do, this I can do. So I don't know if that's making any sense at all. So that's kind of what I've been up to, reading, and I'm just like kind of really into Clarissa Pinkola Estes right now. I'm just like, it's something that I'm just really soaking up. For whatever reason, it's just like coming real natural. It's like eating something when you haven't eaten for a while, which is really interesting, because I'm dabbling in a lot of different things. I'm exploring, but this is just like it for me right now. So I find that very, very interesting. And I'm going to be getting a couple more of her, the Dangerous Old Woman series, The Joyous Body, and one other one that I think was at the very beginning of the series. So I will report back to you as time goes by on those things and other things that I'm working on the show. I'll try to get some video of the show when it's up. And that's about it. I know I've gone on kind of long here. This is going to take forever to upload. But anyhow, I hope you're all well. I wish you all a very, very happy and prosperous New Year. And be well. Bye. So that's our finished tree. It was a very nice one. It still smells good. I got a few new ornaments at Sur La Table this year. I got a little pomegranate. Is that going to focus on there? I don't know. It doesn't seem like it wants to. Oh well. Pomegranate and a grapefruit, and well, Julian liked this one, pie. There are a couple others. There's a radish I really like. I like that radish. And there was one more, but I'm not sure where it is. But anyway, so that was the finished tree, which was very nice, and candles and everything. I got some lights up outside. I'm not going to show them to you right now because they wouldn't look like anything. I'll show you a few of my, got a bunch of books for Christmas, and there's a theme here. Restorative cocktails, restorative drinks from yesterday and today. The Drunken Botanist. There's a story about that book. My friend Lacey gave me the bar book. Matt gave me the Science and Lore in the Kitchen. And I got another book on cottages from my sister and brother-in-law. But this one was interesting. I saw this book when I was at the Ferry Building with a friend. And I sent a picture to Laurel just thinking that she would be interested in it. And I didn't really think anything more about it. And then I got this book from her and I thought, whoa, she got it for me because I had sent her that picture. Turns out she had gotten it for me 2 days before I sent her the picture. She found it online. So I thought that was very, very cool and serendipitous and connected and all of that. I got some new Polish pottery. I'll show you that. Wasn't as a present. I got it for myself. But I got this single serving teapot, which goes with this mug, which I had before, and it fits exactly in one of those mugs. But then I got a few more mugs. They had a couple of Christmas ones, and I like this one with the rooster, and another one with peacock feathers. And then I've got this little honey pot too. All of this was like half off on Cyber Monday. And then there's a couple of bowls too, one with the roosters as well, which I really like. And then let me see, oh, there's the rest of my cookies. I finally put them away. My Krupnik, which is right here, turned out really well. So well, in fact, that my daughter and her boyfriend took a bottle. They liked it. And this is called Chromaware. I got a set of these to put a blend of tea that I make. I gave my my daughter's boyfriend a bunch of different teas because he likes teas, and so I make this Baba Yaga's blend, which is like a Russian caravan. And I wanted a special container for it, and on eBay I found a set of 3 of these. They're wood underneath, and then they're painted and enameled on top. And what else I was going to show you? Oh, I can show you my prints. I'm going to be in a show in January in Oakland, and with one of the artists there, they invited me to show. She invited me to show with her, so I got a few prints made. This one's actually from my iPhone, but the 2 that I really think will go well with hers are these 2. They're pinholes. They're pretty big, so you can see how big they are. They're like 16-inch square. But that's one of my, what I call my Pinhole Pathway series. And this one, which was inside the, I was inside the Botanical Garden at the National Mall. But the colors in here, I'm trying to see if this will show up for you. It's kind of washing the colors out here in this room, but the colors turned out really well, and they're going to go really well with, yeah, there you can see a little bit better with her painting, which is kind of abstract. So I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be in January. One other thing I didn't show you, which makes me laugh. It was another of my gifts. I'm going to turn these on now because it's getting darkish. Oh, much better, much better. Anyway, Julian gave me St. George's absinthe, and Laurel and Joshua gave me 3 absinthe glasses, which you're supposed to fill the bottom part up with absinthe and the rest with ice water. But that is a lot of absinthe. That's like an ounce, which is, woo, that's a lot of absinthe for me. But I like the St. George's because they use, what do they have? Fine brandy, star anise, mint, wormwood, lemon balm, hyssop, meadowsweet, basil, fennel, tarragon, and stinging nettles. So, you know, it's medicinal, right?